All right, and 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm Zach.
Hi, I'm Brent Smith, and we're from the band Shinedown.
Hi.
How did we come up with the name Shinedown for the band? It actually came from a painting on the wall, basically. A young lady that I was dating who was an artist, we were going to a friend of ours, their wedding. We didn't really have any money at the time. This was years ago. So she painted this portrait of the two of them. It was very sweet. They took it for themselves and put it up in their house. And one day when I was over at their house, I was looking at the painting. I said, it'd be cool if you mounted a light above it so it would shine down on the painting. The next day, that individual said, you should call the band Shining Down. And so I took the ing off and put the two together, so we made it Shinedown, which basically, though, on a lot of different levels, represents a lot of what Shinedown is, the name itself, because everything that's good has a little bit of bad, and everything that's bad has a little bit of good. It's really the yin and the yang, and it's all about balance. So, from us, it's so unique to think back to when the band formed and when the name came about, but it's stuck all these years as a strong name, and it's very identifiable now, and we're still very, very proud to be called Shinedown. Blowback was one of the names which we heard. Let's see, Dirt Lab, Blowback, Tunnel J, Cove. Stupid.
All stupid names.
Dumb. Jones County, which wasn't stupid.
Jones County's not that bad.
No, it was, the thing is, I'm a huge Otis Redding fan, and he was born in Jones County, in Georgia. So for a while, it was Jones County or Jones County Shed. That was the name of the band. Or
Jones County Shed is stupid.
Jones County Shed. It's very stupid.
Yeah.
But
I'd rather just call the band
Jones
the
County.
Otis Reddings.
The Otis Reddings. So that was some other names. What others?
That was it, I think.
Yeah, those. So Jones County, Blowback,
Cove,
Dirt Lab, and Tunnel J.
Tunnel
Oh, and
J.
the newly formed Otis Reddings.
You just call it Otis Redding.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as bullying is concerned, when we grew up, Zach's a little older or a little younger than I am. I'm older than he is. But the reality of it was where I grew up, because we both grew up in Tennessee. I grew up in Knoxville, and he's born and raised in Memphis. The biggest thing for me was that I was a chunky kid growing up, so the whole elementary school always kind of, not that big of a deal, so to say. Middle school is when it got rough. Had acne at a young age. It's just aesthetics. Kids are cruel. They just are. You look different, or you don't look like everybody else, or you're not pretty, and people will mess with you. The biggest thing with me was my dad was very athletic, and he was a coach, and he was a physical education teacher for a lot of years in elementary schools. But before that, when I was younger, when I was an infant, up until when I was 7, 8 years old, my dad coached a lot of high school teams, a lot of hardcore, tough high school teams. So when I got to middle school, he taught me how to box, properly box. And it was more about the defense than it was the offense, because he was more like, you've got to be able to protect yourself first and foremost. So the thing about me was just the fact that I did get bullied, and there was a summer where it kind of turned around for me when I got into high school, where it was basically, you could come up in my personal space and you could mess with me if you wanted to, but I was gonna probably knock you out. Now you might knock me out in the same, at the same level, but I wasn't gonna back down from a fight. So I think once people that decided to mess with me because I was different, was when I hit high school, I lost a ton of weight, I had grown, I lost the acne, I just kind of was my own guy. But everybody kind of knew me in the way of he's not gonna back down. So, and it was something where I think there was a respect given. This was a long time ago. Bullying now is so much different because, actually, it's not so much different. Bullying is bullying. It's just they hide behind a computer screen now
Yeah.
or their thumbs. I mean, when you were bullied, what was it like? You didn't go to school as long as I did.
Yeah, I only went up to middle school because I had a record deal and I was touring when I was 14. But before then, I mean, let's create a hypothetical story.
Sure.
Say you're this young kid and you're very skinny and you've been a big Nirvana fan since 8 years old, so you have like long hair, and you get out of elementary and you go to middle school and you have long hair and you're one of the only ones with long hair. And say hypothetically you get picked on a lot, and hypothetically you get shoved in the lockers, and hypothetically you're jogging, like, you know, there's like the football track and you gotta run and pee, and there's like one guy in front of you, one guy behind you, one kid catch your leg on, you just fall in front of all the hottest girls in school.
Yeah.
And then say one day, hypothetically, you become a guitar player and you get a record deal and you get to tour around the world, and then hypothetically you bang all those dudes' girlfriends.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding.
Not really.
I'm not kidding, though. But no, along with what he said now, it's when we were bullies, these kids would stand up to us like this, and you'd say, "Listen, you know, if you were raised in the right way, and hopefully your family taught you about it. I don't care if a guy's 7 foot tall. If you're bullying me, I'm not gonna back down. You may fucking knock my face in, but I'm getting one in. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is like, and now it's this. It's this. It's these kids that think they're bulletproof and that they're Andre the Giant because they're behind a computer, but in real life, they're the same people who will come to your show, stare you in the face, and tell you what a big fan they are because they're too afraid to do it. So you know what? I like vintage bullies.
Vintage
I'm
bullies.
a fan of vintage bullies than these new fake pussy bullies. You know?
Guilty pleasures are other people's girlfriends.
No.
Kidding.
They used to be back in our day. I came to the conclusion a couple years ago I don't have any guilty pleasures. I love Hanson. I think Hanson's one of the greatest bands ever. I think they're amazing.
You're talking about Mbop.
Yes. I'm actually more talking about like This Time Around and like
My bad.
Like all the other records. But
Sorry.
What else? If I had a guilty pleasure something that I can say that I actually don't like watching, but I watch it. My wife makes me watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and I don't love watching it, but I can't stop. So that might be a guilty pleasure. Other than that, I like what I like.
I've got some guilty pleasures that would definitely be really, really wicked room service in a 5-star restaurant that happens to just be in a 5-star hotel.
That's not a guilty pleasure. You should be proud that you like nice things.
No, I think it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure.
It's not a guilty pleasure.
It's a little guilty pleasure.
You know what your guilty pleasure is?
What?
That we went and walked for 3 hours last night, ate a hot dog, we're walking back to the hotel, and then decided to go to Shake Shack immediately after we ate the hot dog and get cheeseburgers. That's a guilty pleasure.
Okay. Yeah.
So I would call that a guilty pleasure. Other than that, I don't think we have too
That
many.
and flying first class.
Oreos.
Birthday cake Oreos.
Birthday cake Oreos.
Forgot about those. Yeah.
He will scream at someone for putting them on our tour bus, but then eat them all.
God dang it! Who put the Oreos on the bus? Give me those.
Yeah, give me those. Give me a couple more. Just a couple more. I'm gonna go to bed. Never put these on the bus again. And then the next day, they won't be on the bus. So he will
they'll be in my belly.
So he will get someone to go to one of the crew buses and grab the birthday cake Oreos. So birthday cake Oreos, Hanson, which is not a guilty pleasure for me because I'm proud to be a Hanson fan. Shake Shack at midnight and hot dog, New York City hot dogs.
Thank
Thank you.
hardDrive Online is brought to you in part by Napa Auto Parts. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. If you simply can't get enough hardDrive, download the official hardDrive radio app. You'll get exclusive interviews, performances, and RAN streams straight to your phone for free. Thanks for watching our interview with Shinedown. If you liked it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're a fan of Mice and Men, you'll want to check out this interview. But if you're in a mood for something a bit stranger, I'd recommend this performance from Ghost. Until next time, I'm Lou Brutus from everyone here at hardDrive Online.
One never does that. One never does that. You can call it surprise.